Hello, I'm Kyle Erickson and I'm a scientist for Clorox. Today we're going to be talking about the superior coverage of the Total 360 system versus standard trigger sprayer. The Total 360 system achieves superior coverage through electrostatic technology. Now, what does electrostatic technology do? Electrostatics charge each liquid particle coming out of the sprayer so that as that charged particle gets close to a surface, it induces an opposite charge on that surface so they attract to each other like magnets. Now, this allows product that goes through the Total 360 system to wrap around an object and get coverage on the front, the top, the side, and even the back. Whereas a trigger sprayer won't have that technology built in. They're going to have very limited coverage. So how are we going to show that today? Well, today I have two trash cans, and what we're going to do is we're going to spray each trash can from a static position with the trigger sprayer and with the Total 360 system. We're going to be spraying a UV fluorescent dye that'll show up under a black light. Now what this allows us to do is, you see that we have tape on four sides here. So as we spray with this UV fluorescent dye, we'll remove the tape afterwards and it'll show the contrast of where it's been sprayed and where it hasn't been. And what we'll see is that the Total 360 system provides even, uniform coverage around the whole trash can, where the trigger sprayer is only able to get a limited amount of coverage. Here I'm going to be spraying a trigger spray. We're going to spray about 4 milliliters, which is 5 sprays. Now we're going to be spraying the Total 360 system. Again, approximately 4 milliliters, which works out to 2 seconds. So we'll do the front first. This is the trigger sprayer. This is the Total 360 system. This is the top of the trigger spray. The top of the Total 360 system. This is the side of the trigger spray. This is the side of the Total 360 system. This is the back of the trigger spray. And here's the back of the Total 360 system. So to start here, here's the front of the trash can we sprayed with the trigger sprayer. And you can see you have a lot of dripping, you have a lot of pooling, it's running down. There's a lot of misused product right here. It's not the coverage we're looking for. Now if we move over to Total 360 system, you can see we don't have any dripping, we don't have any pooling. It's a nice even coverage, uniform coverage. Now we're going to go to the top of the trigger sprayer, or the one we sprayed the trigger sprayer. You can see we have a decent amount up front, but it really kind of gets light as you go back. But there is some there. Now if we go to Total 360 system, not only do we have some there, but it's a complete layer, it's uniform, it's even. You don't have the splotting that you do on the trigger sprayer. Now we're going to go to the side. We'll rotate it real quick. So if we see on the side, we actually have a pretty distinct line right down here where the trigger spray, actually the velocity is going this way, it can't actually attract back onto the surface. So you get very limited coverage once you get out of the line of sight of the trigger sprayer. Now we'll move over to the side on the Total 360 system, and we don't have that problem. We have a nice, uniform, even coverage down the side. Now finally, we'll go to the back of the trigger sprayer, where there is no visible coverage at all. It's the same surface as the trash can itself. There is no fluorescent dye back here, so it wasn't able to wrap around and get the back side. Now if we move to the back side of the Total 360 system trash can, we have very nice uniform coverage in the back, just as we have on the front, the sides, and the top. Here we're looking at the front of both trash cans. On the right you can see the pooling and dripping of the trigger sprayer, and on the left you can see the superior coverage of the Total 360 system.